Hey guys, um, it's something I feel like I need to explain a little bit about, and it's it's about the dowsing rods or divination rods that I use as my little dog. Anyway, the dowsing rods, you know, I wanted to explain how that was introduced to me, but first I gotta focus on something else, which is this right here. No, it's not a worm. These are rare earth niobium magnets, is what they are. While growing up in school as a child, I remember junior high, elementary school. I remember always having a couple pair of magnets in my pocket, and while most kids were sitting there doing their schoolwork, I was over there playing with magnets, the invisible forces right there before us, that push and pull the north and south. You know what I'm talking about? And the magnets, they flip north and south, and you can't push them together. You know, that was my younger days. So what's this got to do with the why I'm using dowsing rods? Well, God is our author and creator. Um, He instills things in us when we're in the mother's womb. You know, I may have not known it then, but I'm looking back now. My curiosity for things that are unseen happened at an early age. So back to the dowsing rods. Hang on one second. So the dowsing rods is pretty much simple. In my hand, I got two sets here. This is the one that I use for investigations. And then in my hand, these are just pieces of iron or copper, pretty much an old metal coat hanger right out of your closet, pretty much. Um, Again, this is a warning: do not do this stuff. Ouija boards and stuff is dangerous. You'll open up portals that should not be open. Open up doors, and there'll be consequences. But back to how I got introduced to these. It was early, I'd say 18, 19, I was in plumbing, and when we had to locate sewer taps next to the street side roads, a lot of times when we couldn't find them, we didn't really have much to go off of other than people saying that, oh yeah, they're there, and you just see grass and dirt on the ground. Well, we'd call them up, and a guy would show up in a city van, one of the old guys or whatever, maybe not old, but seasoned veteran, right? And he'd show up something like this, maybe even coat hangers out of his yard. So what I'm going to demonstrate to you is when you north, south, east, and west, and the equator and the magnetic poles and so forth, when you hold these things parallel from one another like this, and when you walk a straight line north, south, east, and west, and you cross, like say a canal or even a piece of pipe with water in it, they will do this. They will cross. And it was an indication that that was where we needed to be. So when I'm 18, 19, hard-headed, thick-headed, this guy shows up with his van, and we can't find a sewer tap, and he shows up, gets out of his van, does this right here, takes a couple steps, the rods go like this, and he says, dig here. I was in disbelief. I was in pure disbelief, but it always stuck with me in the back of my mind. I never let it go. And then through the years, and thought I was going to be a treasure hunter. It didn't work out for me. I always had a set because I learned that people use divining rods for many purposes, as I learned even through paranormal. The paranormal world uses them, which I learned later. The metal detecting world uses them, which I learned later. The plumbing world uses them just to find sewer taps. So again, my curiosity for something unseen it's right before our very eyes, you know, it's right here. Now, I don't know if I can demonstrate it to you with this wind being as windy as it is, but I can certainly try to show you right quick. Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm trying to yell the best. Right now, you're facing south and I'm facing north. So I'm going to proceed forward with these rods like this, even with the wind on it. If I was to cross, say, a line of water, they would turn. Even with this wind, I'm not sure, but we're going to try anyways, okay? Gotta hold them lightly. And then as I make a couple slow steps forward, the wind's blowing out of the east pretty hard, but I feel it turning right now. Even against the wind right now, as I move forward, walking towards you, these rods are demonstrating. Watch when I back up. They're demonstrating that right here, I'd say right about here, there's a channel of water below our feet. This is my demonstration to you why I use these. You might be wondering, how could somebody even get involved with this? That's why. This is not a game. Do not try this stuff at home. I'm telling you, it ain't good. This is to create awareness, to show that God is real. All right, God is real, and I'm going to keep showing you. Thank you all, and God bless.